Right, now I'm back.
Alright. Hello everyone, Fangs of Fire here. Welcome to the grand finale of the League phase of 2025. And today we have WcKaczek playing as the Hunters, and Strider656 playing as Dracula. WcKaczek apparently going for a superhero setup. Interesting. This game will determine which of them will lose and therefore or be in the third place seed, and which of them will win and therefore and by doing so have a higher mean number of Colts than an Artuin, my co-com for today. Welcome Artuin, and therefore
hello, very happy to be here.
And in the process, of course, seize the number 1 seed from you.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it warm for whoever wins here.
That's an interesting way of doing it. Ah, hello, Terminator. This is the very last game to be played of the league phase, so after this we'll be going into the knockout phase. So, WcKaczek, Archer, when you told me personally that you wanted to get the seed that would keep you away from WcKaczek as long as possible, and
Absolutely.
and you have, in that regard, gotten your wish, since, if WcKaczek wins and therefore takes the top seed, you won't face him until the finals, and even if WcKaczek loses to Strider, and Strider takes the top seed, then he will, then you at least will avoid him until the semifinals.
Yes, but yes, in that regard, I'm rooting for WcKaczek here to keep myself away from him for just one more round.
Okay, so Mia got a knife, but yeah. Strider, of course, is no weakling either. After all, he started with an 8-0 for the first 4 rounds. It was not until round 5 that he finally lost one.
Indeed, he beat Mr. Green 2-0, among many others. Where do you reckon Strider's starting? I feel he's gone from the middle of the board, maybe Amsterdam. Hey, we know nothing, but respect at this point.
I think that Strider would be more likely to go for either like next to Mina and then possibly just jump on Mina. But apparently not. I think Strider and I joined the community around the same time, so I perhaps have a better. Strider is definitely one of the least predictable people in the entire community. It is very hard. He starts like all over the board, but I think that central start is one of his least common things to do.
Oh, we're going to see Dark Call in a moment. He's done that in a lot of his other games.
I seriously doubt that.
I mean, he hasn't all formed. No, he's in a fair number of his other games. He's gone round 1 will form, round 2 Dark Call, round 3 Hide, with a vampire. But doesn't look like that today from their wolf form in round 1.
I seriously doubt that he'll be messing around with Dark Call versus WcKaczek. He did not misdirect his starting spot though, so it's possible he's trying to wield WcKaczek's own gig against him, going for a lair stratagem.
I hope so. But then again, where do you put a lair against superhero setup? Do we really want to be in the east with Lord Danny and Seward?
Ein?
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
You could.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said,
Yeah. Okay. Well, for WcKaczek's benefit, as he comes here to listen to my greatly insightful thoughts, Strider started in 49. He's moved to 55 and then 46. Okay. We'll just move a little bit down into 49 of your next turn, and we'll see me be right. Or, but no promises. It could be wrong.
yeah, Ein chat. Ein chat if there are like audio problems, if you're having a hard time understanding what Artuin is saying, or if there's or anything else like that, do tell, and I can make adjustments as best I can. But perhaps I ought to have mentioned this beforehand, Artuin, but I will say that you have a bit of an accent that makes it sometimes a little bit tricky to understand what you're saying. But no offense or anything, but as I know that can be touchy for some folks, but hopefully. Hello, Elritmeister.
Oh.
Yeah, Elritmeister was shooting me a few DMs of like, let's see some real action. After like the complete wackiness that was happening yesterday. After he played Elritmeister, sent me a few DMs saying like, let's see some of the real action, some high level play, and so on.
Yeah, he had Roy yesterday, right?
Yes, he did a doubleheader versus Roy the 11th yesterday. Okay, Artuin is a bit quiet. Alright, let's see if I can fix that. Let's raise the volume there a bit. Alright.
Am I any less quiet now, chat?
Okay.
Less quiet, more quiet, hopefully not more quiet. Better, more audible.
Yeah. Very funny, Strider. I mean, WcKaczek told us that he would be back. That he would said BRB in a few minutes. Of course, he's waiting at dawn. Okay, glad that that's better, Determinator. Yeah, so this is. Yeah, it's hard to say who will win. I mean, WcKaczek is, of course, very top-tier player. Came runner-up in the League of Dracula 2023 when he competed. He's a very tough opponent to beat, to say the least.
Agreed. And with the hunter side, the stronger side, in my opinion. He's got to be the favourite to win this game.
Yeah, I would say that he is slightly favored because of side alone. Since he managed to give Strider the slip as Dracula, he has perhaps a bit of an edge going in. But Strider is no weakling on the Dracula side either. So I would be a bit surprised if he does not get a reasonable amount of influence by the end of this, and at least puts up an excellent fight.
Yeah, I'm expecting a good fight.
Yeah. This is This is bound to be quite an excellent game.
Okay. Lord Godalming has 2 events and 2 items. Did he trade last night? Presumably. Gave a bunch of items to Sewage.
Yeah, it's not unusual at all for Godalming to trade with whoever he is in the first couple of days, make some extra hand space, just have to discard fewer items, and so on.
Yeah. Mina with just a chartered carriage, and Helsing with 1 event. Sewage with 1 event. Lord Godalming with 2 events.
Looks as if numbers in Twitch has swelled. Hello everyone. Hello. Welcome to this finale. WcKaczek has apparently stepped away for a few minutes. He said that he'd be back in a few minutes, but I mean, feel free to say hi and or not if you prefer or not to. I mean, obviously the hunters, but when it comes to today, what are the hunters hoping for? The answer, I think we can agree, is they're hoping to get newspaper reports to punish the no misdirect. Yes?
Agreed.
More often than not, at least.
Yeah. I think getting the newspapers now is less of a problem given the superhero setup rather than if Mina and Stewart were swapped, because there's less of a deal between putting Mina across versus putting Stewart across if Dracula starts in the east. But yeah, we still want newspaper reports.
That is somewhat debatable. I mean, if it turns up in the east, you definitely want to get whoever is in Spain, like, across to at least the Marseille Genoa area, so that they can set up something of a interception base for when he eventually gets forced to sea. Likewise with Van Helsing. And
I agree.
Often you want to have the person coming from Spain to, like, sit at Munich to block the land where it exits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's slightly more, not big, so I agree it's debatable, but I think it's slightly more important when Sewage is on the opposite side of the map. And this is all assuming that it's an east start. If it's a central start, then we'd love to see newspapers early.
Yeah, I would say that it's, like, even more useful to have an early newspaper, like, hit when it's central start due to the, like, maze of connections, and, like, because it's all too easy to, if you send only 1 or 2 hunters, to let one thing to, like, guess wrong on the ordering of the locations, and therefore one thing just manages to slip through, and that one thing sometimes is a vampire or a hoax. It's Central Start can definitely be tricky to bring to heel, shall we say?
Yeah, and also, like, if hunters if the location is Cologne, is it Cologne? Is that what the number 9 is called? I can't check because it's waiting for dawn actions.
Cologne would be 16 and 9 is Brussels, if that's what.
If the starting location is Brussels and we get newspaper reports on 3, it's absolutely huge. Because we can presume and probably check with hired scouts that the first encounter's in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I have seen it done before, that people start at Brussels or Cologne to make them think that it's Amsterdam, and then only to go to have the first encounter be at like, say, Frankfurt or Paris, even Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Basically do a fake an Amsterdam start. I have I have seen it done. Okay.
Yeah, and it makes sense. But if we get newspaper reports in 3, we should be able to check with hired scouts.
Yeah, and I imagine that even if there is no newspaper reports, I imagine that Amsterdam will be one of the spots that we poke at.
Yeah, probably after the east now, given that there's no misdirect. Seems more concerned and it feels more likely, but
yeah, I would likely poke at Sofia and Amsterdam if I were to draw scouts now.
Yeah, I'd be. I think I'd go for 2 out of 3 of Bucharest, Sofia, Bologna.
The reason why I might not check Valona is usually when people go to Valona early, it's to go to Athens. Like they tend to start there and then go to Athens, which since we haven't seen a misdirect, makes that less likely, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm scared of, so I'm going to say 3 numbers, and these are going to be like the first location, second location, the third location. I'm scared of like a 49, 55, 3, and then wolf form to 46, in order to then go back to 49, or 49, 55, 46, and then he's going to go onwards to like a 50, 10, 6.
Alright, WcKaczek's back now. Now we can move on.
Glorious. Maybe we can get to the next day.
I will see if he draws a newspaper or not. I mean, for all we know, he may have drawn an early newspaper. And we'll see when that slides to the 5th slot. And that will be potentially good enough on its own. Let's see what we get. Okay, Garlic Wreath and Aggie. Okay, that is interesting.
We take garlic. We take Aggie as an ally.
Yeah, I might have searched. It depends on whether or not I have a newspaper yet. Oh, scouts. All right, what's he gonna check? Not Sofia or Valona.
Looks like WcKaczek had similar thoughts to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have poked one. I would have had one of them poke at Amsterdam, since that's not all that uncommon.
Maybe even we can take an insight that WcKaczek might have drawn some good events, because he wants us to check that there's no really nasty lairs going on, so he's checking the worst lair location, and anything else will be fine because he's got good events.
Yes,
maybe we can
perhaps there is the possibility that since he checks Sofia and Valona, yes. What if he is taking advantage of the extra space he has to maneuver in Austro-Hungary since Mina's not there? It's possible it could be like Belgrade, Klausenberg, Bucharest, and then he's gonna loop around via Black Sea coast to go back there.
Still possible, yeah.
Yeah, with Mina not in that area, it's easier. There are various ways to do it.
But at least now, if Dracula is lairing in the east, then they are either in some big cities at the top of the east, where we can resupply, or he is closer to the hunters than he could otherwise be. So at least we have something.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.